No fire. No walls. Just snow. How did they survive? One flame. Inside a cave. That's all they had. Winter was coming. Food would vanish. Rivers would freeze. So they prepared. Smoking meat. Drying roots. Thicker furs. Nothing wasted. Caves became shelter. Heat trapped inside. No cave? They dug into the earth. Branches. Hide. Snow. One rule above all. The fire could never die. Because losing it meant losing everything. Night fell. Only firelight remained. An elder spoke. Stories were survival. Which berries kill? Which roots heal? Sickness moved fast. Silent. Herbs prepared. Warmth given. Days passed. Cold eased. Ice cracked. Snow melted. They stepped outside, lighter now. Dawn broke. Gold light replaced blue. The tribe stepped outside. Supplies packed. Hands touched thawed soil. Wet. Alive. The river moved faster. Birds returned. A child smiled at a green shoot. The fire let down to embers. The cave stood empty behind them. An elder looked back, gratitude in that glance. Forward they walked. Into greener land. They stood together in daylight. Not because winter was defeated. Because they had outlasted it. Autumn forest. Firewood gathered. Piles growing. Logs stacked against cave walls. Bundles of dried grass carried in. Walls sealed with mud and clay. A storage pit dug. Meat and roots hidden inside. Then, the first snowfall. Breath visible in the cold air. By morning, snow blanketed the valley. The river froze solid. They tested the ice. It cracked. A safer crossing found instead. Winter had begun. And they were ready. Hunters gathered. Spear tips sharpened. They moved into the snowy forest. A hunter knelt. Reading tracks in the snow. Then, a herd. Deer, in the distance. Silent signals passed between them. Slowly, they closed the circle. A spear raised. The moment held still. The strike. The herd scattered. A gesture of gratitude over the kill. The deer lifted. The trail back began. Smoke rose in the distance. Camp, waiting. The hunt was over. The deer prepared at camp center. Meat divided. Family by family. Hides saved for new cloaks. Portions carried to every shelter. Fires lit as dusk fell. The tribe gathered. One fire. One meal. Food passed hand to hand. An elder watched, quiet satisfaction. Night fell. One stayed behind, watching the flame. Snow fell silently outside. Then, first light. The camp waking again. Dawn. The tribe stepped outside. Hunters checked what remained. Supplies, low. An elder counted. Worry in that gaze. A hand pointed toward distant hunting ground. A second party set out. Then, the sky darkened. A blizzard rose. Hunters took shelter behind the rocks. Back at camp, shelters held firm. The fire flickered. But it survived. Slowly, the blizzard passed. Hunters stepped out, ready to continue. Hunters resumed the trek after the storm. Fresh tracks spotted in the snow. An elk, grazing near frozen bushes. Hunters positioned quietly around it. A signal given. The approach began. The elk tensed, sensing movement. A spear released. The elk fell. Gratitude given over the kill. The long trek back began. Camp appeared on the horizon as the sun set. Children ran out to greet them. The whole camp celebrated. Meat divided into equal shares. Hide set aside for new cloaks. A shared meal cooked. Fires burning bright. Children ate happily by firelight. Elders told stories of the hunt. Laughter around the fire. Hands warmed after a full meal. The sky, clear and starry. The tribe settled in for peaceful sleep. Morning light broke over camp. A child learned to start a fire. A small spark caught. Daily routine resumed. Hide cloaks woven by the fire. Tools repaired. New spear tips shaped. Then, another cold front moving in. Shelter walls reinforced. Extra hides layered. A heavy snowstorm hit the camp. The tribe huddled inside as wind howled. Walls held against the pressure. The fire kept alive, despite the storm. Slowly, the storm weakened. Calm morning light returned. Shelter and supplies, confirmed intact. Daily tasks resumed. Relief in the air. The sick tribe member, recovering. Color returning to their face. A meal shared to celebrate. Children playing near the entrance. Days growing subtly longer. Tally marks added to the cave wall. The tribe watched the sky, hopeful. Icicles began to drip. Bare ground appeared beneath the snow. Birds returned to the branches. The river ice, beginning to crack. Ice broke and flowed down the river. Fresh water gathered. No more melting snow. Snow melting fast across the valley. Green patches spreading across the ground. A flower breaking through the soil. The tribe stepped out, without heavy furs. Children running freely, laughing. An elder looked over the transformed valley. Belongings packed. Tools bundled for travel. The last embers extinguished. One final look at the shelter. The tribe walked into open land. Open plain. Fresh grass. Scattered trees. The tribe scouted new ground. A hand pointed toward fertile land. The campsite, agreed upon. Foundation dug. Shelter framework rising. The tribe worked together.